Welcome to the You Heard podcast, your go-to for Miami Hurricanes football. Ben, Joe, Hulk, and CB break down recruiting, hot topics, and game day action.
All right, we'll talk about it at the end.
No, let's talk about this right now because you completely flipped it on me now.
I hate him for knowing this, bro. This man knew the brand, dog.
Okay, I don't appreciate that. I'm saying, like, I don't appreciate.
What are we talking about, son?
Get into it. I felt
Keeping it a buck.
Let me close these curtains real quick.
You heard. Hey, that's
Real quick.
so what are we doing?
Real quick. I had to get some dinner
what
in
up?
since somebody changed the time.
And the times every 2 weeks is the same time. Also, I apologize. I guess the date was wrong on the stream. That's my fault, family. I see a couple comments. Ghostface Quan. Let me know. I guess I said it for yesterday. That was a complete accident. My apologies. I will not be doing that again from my phone. I'll set it up to stream. I thought I did it for today. Y'all should know. Every Wednesday we live. Okay. What are you eating, fam?
Okay, so my neighbors own a Jamaican restaurant.
Okay.
Occasionally they bring me some beans and rice, some cabbage, some stewed chicken, and they hooked me up yesterday. So,
Okay.
had to get it on. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm hungry, but we here.
We in the building. First off, speaking of food, speaking of snacks, yesterday was a very highly charged, emotional day for a lot of people. Look, man, I said something controversial yesterday, and it's something that I have to, take accountability for. I still stand by Raisin Bran Crunch is the best cereal, fam. I don't care. I don't know. Look, I respect the poll. I understand CTC, aka Cinnamon Toast Crunch, is the winner. I 100% understand that. But I'm allowed by a landslide. It wasn't even close. 55% of the vote. Look, I respect the people. I still stand by it. I'm just not a cinnamon guy. Okay? That's my own personal opinion, and I'm allowed to feel the way.
You don't eat French toast?
I mean, yes. When you bring okay, I don't appreciate you just
Never mind. I'm just asking a question, fam.
Immediately dismantling my whole thing. No, I had a whole thing. I was like, French toast. You're right. I do.
You eat French toast without cinnamon?
No, 100%. First of all, have you ever had halal French toast with halal bread, son? That is a game changer. My wife makes that shit. Whoo. I take it all back.
Have you had croissant French toast?
Yes, I have had a croissant French toast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. You know what? Everything I just said immediately dismantled.
Forget about
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is the winner.
Get you a box tomorrow, son, and just smash.
I got a box. I should definitely get a box. I got a box of Raisin Bran Crunch, and I'm running through it.
It's not a game.
It's not. It is not a game. I haven't had Cinnamon Toast Crunch since I was in the Army, for real.
Oh, it's different now, son.
It's different now. They leveled up.
It's different now. Because back then nobody put Cinnamon Toast Crunch in their tops back then. Nobody was rocking CTC back then. Now,
yeah.
We outside.
Yeah, listen, by a landslide, 55%. So, you know what I'm saying? We put it up there. Shout out to CB saying that Apple Jacks is segregated. So stupid.
He's so disrespectful. So that's the problem.
Yeah, man. He gotta get his own channel just reviewing snacks. You know what I mean? I feel like that'd be CB Snacks and a CB Snacks would be a dope ass little YouTube channel, man. But yeah, I mean, you know what it is, man. Wednesday, 7:00, 24 hours ago, we had our first unveiling of the college football playoff. Miami at 3, because it is the highest seeded ACC team in the Power 4, which is weird because like they still use the AP poll. Basically, it's the same AP poll, top 25, and then they just move the Power 4 teams into the top 4 positions. So we were talking about it yesterday while it was happening. I'm saying, how you feel about it, Joey?
It's the first one, so I'm not totally off it already, but it's bullshit. It's definitely bullshit. So,
How
I,
was that your analysis? I
no,
don't
can
really care about
see
it, but I fucking hate it. Like I
I can
think it's so
see
stupid.
I can see where they're going.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's nonsense. You know what I mean? They determine what's a good loss and what's a good win and what's a bad, like that changes depending on the teams,
Yes.
right? So
The grading
the
scale
big
is
thing
different.
is that
Yeah.
the big thing is that Vandy beat Bama,
Yeah.
right? But who did Vandy lose to? Do we
Who did
know?
Vandy lose?
All
They
right.
beat Virginia
So
Tech. Break it down.
Vandy, um, Vandy lost to Missouri, who is unranked currently.
Yeah. Not a good loss.
Vandy lost to Georgia State.
Who's that now?
Not Georgia. Right. The
Say it again.
state of Georgia State.
Okay.
Yeah, they lost to Georgia State.
Not Georgia Tech.
Not Georgia
Not
Tech.
Georgia.
Not
Okay.
Georgia. Yeah, Georgia State.
Interesting.
But they beat Alabama, so they're the best now.
Yeah.
On the other hand, SMU lost to an undefeated BYU.
Yep.
Early.
They get dog
And
walked.
they've rolled since. So they just beat an undefeated Pitt.
Facts.
Who, when I watched all these
Syracuse.
shows, College Game Day, when I watched all these shows, they were talking about the Sharks at Pitt. The Sharks.
Mm-hmm.
The Sharks are coming, baby. The Sharks are coming. You know what I mean? That's all I heard.
Facts.
The Sharks. The Sharks. SMU dismantled the Sharks.
Yeah.
And Pitt. But they're not even in the 12.
Yeah.
Like what?
First out,
what
right?
Out here, son.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Poke is saying, and what the fuck? Quality loss is when you're losing an argument and just change the metrics of it. That's what a quality loss is.
Yeah,
I mean, look, Heather Dinich herself said this Vandy loss might not be that bad for Bama. But
right.
Vandy's Vandy, son. Like they're like, it's this weird thing where like SEC and Big Ten have a different scale of how they're graded. What you gonna say?
I got you, man. Nothing. Go ahead.
Oh,
I'm just
no. Super still need to know where this
when you come out. Don't even worry about it, champ.
Yeah, conference shows in Charlotte. Yeah, Joey got the spots, man.
Oh yeah,
Joey got the spot. Yeah, man.
Like,
it's so like, look, we talked about it before, right? Like weeks ago, we're like, yo, they're gonna give it to SEC and Big Ten all day. Like you look at the strength of schedule. If you go look at that, Oregon's isn't as good. Oregon and Ohio State aren't as good. I think Indiana's getting disrespected. I think Indiana needs to be higher.
Indiana's definitely getting disrespected.
Like it's again, it goes by who you were, not what you're doing this year and that's the metric. And look, the narratives are different from Miami. Miami can't win. Miami has to win by 60 plus and has to look incredibly dominant every snap of every play. Mm-hmm. And even then, it's like, it's the ACC. Man, we have what 4 teams in the top 25.
If you're a P4 team and you are undefeated, you should be in the 12. I don't give a fuck. If you're a P4 team and you're undefeated, you should be in the 12. There's P4. Yo, people talk about playing down and not playing the best game. There are teams who play close games or lose to teams they are not supposed to lose to every week.
Yep, every single week.
Every single week, fam.
Every single week.
It happens all the time. It's not just Miami. Everybody, son. Alabama should have 3 losses. They should have lost to South Carolina.
Yep.
They should have lost to South. That wasn't a good win.
No, it wasn't.
Come on, man.
If you just look at the box score, it's you know what I mean. If that's the only way. If you watch that game, that's not a good win. I mean, it's not. They were like, I don't I mean, it is what it is, though, right? Hey, look, man, taking a backseat to it. Like you look at how FSU behaved as the ACC champ. All you know, what I'm saying, like acting entitled. So that makes the ACC look whack because of their behavior. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we should have been here, fam. You don't deserve shit, right? Like at the end, you fight for it and show it on the field and earn that shit. You know what I mean? That's what we do every Saturday. What happened with Duke last week don't fucking matter against Georgia Tech. What happened with Florida State every week is this Saturday. It's 1-0. That's it, man. Like you don't get to, because you have one good season, get to change it up. And then what it does, because look, once you start feeling yourself, look what happens. You 1-9.
Yeah,
you know
I can't stand Florida State. We know about Florida State, but last year they should have been in. They should have been in the 4. They were undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
Again, people. That's why I mentioned take that shit back to the computers. People
give me that AI, son.
Are not looking at what's done on the field. They're looking at, can a team without Jordan Travis win in the playoff? Or they're looking at other shit that's not on the field. It's not about what you've done on the field, unfortunately. It's
Facts.
not.
Yeah, man. It's just it doesn't make sense, bro. Like, look, we got to keep winning. I could see a scenario where if that doesn't happen, they try to keep us out. You know what I mean? You got to.
If we lose the game, it's probably a wrap, son. You know what I mean? Unless we lose in the ACC championship, I think we may sneak in
as a 12 seed. Yeah, like we might, like maybe.
Yeah.
If there's
other people will have to lose.
And if there's a 3-loss SEC team, they'll give them the, you know what I mean? Like if it's Bama, like if Bama loses this weekend, but they lost to LSU, fam. Is a loss not a loss anymore? Is that not the metric? You know what I'm saying? We gotta, you know what I'm saying, flip CJ Wiley to UGA. Good for him.
FSU, yo.
They down to like 9 recruits, fam.
Yeah, FSU gonna have a walk-on squad. Yeah, they're gonna have to have tryouts and all of that for the walk-ons. Yeah, they're gonna have to have walk-on.
Kylie Kane says, did you guys hear Joe Klatt saying Miami's too high? He's gonna always hate us. That's just, you know what I mean? He's still, because we threw him around, yo. There's still that highlight that we put up every time he says anything. It's hard to, when you look at like national media members, right? They don't measure it the same. They just don't grade. They just don't, man. They don't grade. Like, fam, it's how it, you know what I'm saying? Oh, but they play 2 bad quarters. So how many quarters are in a football game? Like, does the final 4 zeros don't count no more? Oh,
there's nobody in this country who has played all 4 quarters every single game.
Impossible.
Like the closest, I've said it, the closest team to kind of perfection right now, I would say Oregon, and I would say Indiana, because Indiana's like in the top 15 in everything.
On most categories,
So that's it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but keep winning. We in. That's it. Got to keep winning. Got to keep winning. But yeah, man. Joe, you asked earlier in the week. You asked a good question in the group chat, and then you did some research about it and posted about it on Twitter. I want to talk about it on here about the narratives and the reality of our defense, right?
Yep.
We're trying to find the explosive plays on PFF. What is it, 103rd in the country?
Yep.
103rd in the country in explosive plays. Horrible metric, right?
Terrible.
Fucking horrible. Like I'm not sitting here acting like, oh, but there's 20. I'm not trying to spin it like, well, there's 29 worse teams. No, I'm not doing that dumb shit. That's fucking horrendous.
Yep.
But you took a deeper dive into that. So break it down before we break down Georgia Tech. Break that down and tell me what you found with the defense.
Yeah, so the defense, bottom line, it's not as bad as what everybody's thinking, man. We see the explosive plays. So that's what we remember. And that's what we focus on. And that's what commentators focus on. Ben just mentioned, you said 130th in explosive plays.
Yeah.
Awful. That's an awful metric. So let's start with let's start with the bad first, right?
Mhm.
And we're going off of rankings, right? Red zone defense. Pretty. I'm talking about the important stats, the
Yep.
important metrics. Please don't mention Stephen A. Smith ever in this show or on this channel ever.
Ever.
Don't ever mention that name.
I'm not gonna block. We can't forever good people, but we don't.
No, definitely not. It's not your fault. You didn't know.
Not your fault. We don't. Yeah, we should. We don't rock with
Stephen A.
him.
Smith is
We
a
don't.
clown.
Yeah.
Please
we don't rock with him.
All right. So, red zone defense.
Mhm.
Miami is ranked 82nd in red zone defense.
Yep.
You know who's right ahead of them though?
Who's that?
Clemson.
Oh, that's
Who's
weird.
right ahead of them?
Clemson's so good.
Yeah.
Clemson's been so dominant. Yo.
You know who's right ahead of Clemson?
Who's that?
Georgia.
Word.
Yeah.
The most
Georgia's
dominant Georgia?
Yeah. I'm on the third page. All right.
Kirby Smart's Georgia? No.
Yeah.
The SEC's Georgia? No.
You know who's tied with Georgia?
No. Who's that?
9-0 Indiana.
Word? Big Ten
How
Indiana?
good.
Big time talk Indiana?
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. So, but that's still a bad, that's terrible.
That's terrible.
You know what I mean?
You don't want to be on.
That's
You don't want to
terrible.
hit next. You don't want to hit low more on anything with Miami.
Nah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So, red zone defense is atrocious. All right. So we know that. Now, let's go to the good, right? Total defense. We have total defense. That's in totality, blah, 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 right?
Yeah,
so Miami in totality, run, pass, everything is 19th.
Oh, what?
Right?
That's crazy.
Top 20. First page. First page.
Yeah. Don't even got to scroll down. Don't even got to scroll.
Not at all. Not at all. You know who's behind Miami in total defense?
Who's that? Talk to him.
Alabama.
Word?
Yeah.
Alabama's
ranked
Alabama?
42nd. Alabama's ranked 42nd in total defense.
That's not good.
No, it's not. Kentucky's behind us as well.
Yep.
And this is Kentucky who should have beat Georgia.
Yep.
Beat Ole Miss, right?
Yes, they did.
Shut down the vaunted Ole Miss offense.
The lane train. Yep.
Yep. All right. Now, metrics. Third down conversion percentage defense. That's a very important stat. Are you getting off the field on third down?
Talk to him.
We all want to get off the field on third down. That's every defensive coach's dream is to get off the field on third down. Miami's 12th in the country.
What two?
In that stat.
Okay, 12. All right.
Yeah. 12. Yep. You know who's behind Miami?
Talk to him.
Ohio State.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Ohio State's behind Miami.
Ryan Day and his
Clemson's behind Miami.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I hate
Oregon is behind Miami.
Yeah.
They're not getting off the field. Tough. Yeah. Penn State as well.
Well, I mean, they're a fake team though. Like they don't. Yeah, they don't. They didn't play anybody and played, and he can't beat good teams. So always weird with them. Always weird with James Franklin's Penn State.
Always weird, and they get talent.
Yeah,
they have talent.
I'll end up 8-4, 9-3. Just put it in the. That's what it. Crazy. Maybe 10-2.
All right. Passing yards allowed. Now, that's where we
suffer.
We kind of that's where we falter because people have to throw the ball.
Yeah.
People have to throw the ball. We're ahead and we stop the run. We're also top 20 in run defense as well.
Yes, we are.
So, and we're 63rd in passing yards allowed.
about half, right? But basically, yeah,
Yeah,
132 teams. Yeah,
not
still
good,
needs to be
not
better.
bad. You know who's up there with us? You
Who's
know
that?
who chilling with us? Who want to chill with
Who in
us?
the room? Who in the room, son?
You know what I
Who in the
mean?
room, son?
Clemson.
Yep.
Clemson chilling with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clemson chilling with us. Texas A&M chilling with us.
Mm-hmm. Possible
Yeah.
SEC championship game at Texas A&M.
Ole Miss is chilling with us.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not as bad as everybody thinks, man. It's really not.
It's moments.
Rushing defense.
Yeah.
Miami's number 8 in the country,
Ocho.
man.
Yeah.
Top 10.
Yep.
They're throwing the ball because they can't run the ball, man.
Yep. Yeah.
They can't run the ball on us.
Yeah, man, like it's weird that's the part that bothers me. And Tony, we're gonna get to the breakdown of Georgia Tech in a minute. We're just talking about how the defense is talked about with the narratives and how Miami gets talked about. Like when you break it down, yeah. Okay. All right. What you got?
One more before you start talking. And I want to salute Callie Kane. Callie Kane is in here, right?
Yeah, Callie Kane in the building, man. Shout out to Callie Kane.
Callie Kane, my guy, posted an incredible metric. Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
There are 4 quarters in the game, right?
Yep.
In the first
I love that shit. I love that.
In the first quarter, Miami scoring about 10.5 points a game.
Yep.
Allowing 5 points a game in the first quarter.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
In the second quarter is where we kind of fall off a little bit. Yep. You know what I mean? We're scoring 10 and we're allowing 9.5.
Yep.
In the third quarter, after halftime, we already know what happens. We're scoring 11 points. Opposition is scoring 4.5 points in the third quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth quarter, shut down again. We're scoring 15 points in the fourth quarter, allowing 5.
It's weird. It's like it's almost like as if we get stronger as the game goes on.
As the game goes,
and they get weaker.
No touchdowns. These are 4 and 5. So we're allowing a little more than a field goal in the second half of each game.
But Joe, we're in the ACC. We're playing these Hey, motherfucker, we've always played these teams.
How is that bad? How is that an issue?
Yeah,
I don't understand this shit, man. Like
exactly, Rocky. Exactly.
Yes, the second quarter we have issues. No doubt. The second quarter is the trouble spot. Yeah. You know what I mean? But
look, it's always, and I hate harping on it because look, I didn't play football like y'all did. That wasn't my thing. But when you sit back and look at it, you go, hey man, these are bad moments. But the evidence, right? Like the stats that break it down. I get it. Watch the tape. It's a watch the tape crowd versus the analytics and the stats crowd. Both of them can coexist, right? Yes. Like, yeah, there's bad moments. Obviously, we fucking see them. We saw the 4th and 1. We saw that, but we also saw 4 turnovers. You know what I mean? We saw Jadeus
3 points in the second half.
Yeah.
Yes, we saw that as well.
We saw that. You have to like if you go tunnel vision and go, yo, Miami's defense is absolutely trash. Then why are we top 20 in the country? You know what I mean? Like, do we have bad moments? Of course we do.
Of course.
Every team has bad moments, man. Like Georgia, Alabama had bad moments against each other. I remember when the SEC LSU Alabama games were like 6-3, and they were calling that the game of the century. You know what I mean? Like that shit.
Georgia was down. What was this? They were down by like 20 something against Alabama.
Yeah, it was like 33.
And they narrowed that shit in a quarter. You know what I mean? Like that. It happens, B. It happens to everybody.
Jacoby, look, man. It says tell that to everybody who want to fire Guidry.
Wow.
The moments make you mad. I understand that. But when you go back to in the game, when we're in the building on Saturday, when you watch it at home, you're absolute because you don't want to see any fuck ups. As fans, that's how we're looking at it. But when you take a step back, right, and you go, let me look at the stats of this shit. Let me see what they actually did. You'll see 4 for 13 on third downs. You'll see 2 for 16 on third downs. You'll see these moments like, wait, hold up. I thought Miami's defense. Fam, you know how crazy? Like, just look at on some regular shit. Just go to ESPN and look at our third down conversion versus the opposition's third down conversion, and don't go, oh well, it was this team. Fam, we've lost to these teams for years. Like this isn't the ACC competition. Isn't all of a sudden worse. It's exactly what it's always been. We're just playing up to the standard that, and we're beating these teams to the way we should. Yeah, we got to have comebacks. Motherfucker, 2001 had to have comebacks. Like, it's not always perfect. It's not every game. Every game is a totally different animal. You just have to.
And I see Rocky. Gidry's not the issue. Personnel is the issue. I don't know that personnel is the issue. Here's my issue with Coach Gidry. I love Coach Gidry.
Right.
And again, we always preface this shit, and I'm gonna always preface it by saying we are not in the building. We don't know what's happening in practice.
Facts.
We don't know what's happening in the meeting room. We don't know what the calls are.
Facts.
But the position that I see certain people like Kiko, for instance, we've been hard on Kiko, right? Kiko should not be in man-to-man coverage out wide. He shouldn't be.
He's not that guy.
That's not his strength.
Nope.
It's never been. When he got here, when he came, the beginning, we noticed he had trouble covering. Now it's gotten a little better. I can see it's gotten a little better.
Right.
But he should not. That's not him. He shouldn't be doing it.
He shouldn't.
So it's some of the, again, we're playing man and we're 8 yards off the ball. That bothers me. That bothers me. If you're gonna play man, play man. You know what I mean? If you're gonna have a single high, if you're gonna have safety over the top, you need to press so that safety has time to get where he needs to go.
Delay the route.
In my opinion.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
In my opinion. So I do have some issues, but again, we don't know what's happening in that building, man. We don't know what's going on. So
we never assumed to.
This is just fan eyes. You know what I mean? From I played ball, I know what to look for. That's all that is. But you know, that's the only issue I had.
Look, these are again back to the moments. Teams miss tackles. Like, yeah, we great because we love this fucking team. We don't want to see any of that shit. Again, but we're still with the mistakes that we've seen on defense. We're not in the hundreds. We're not in the 80s. We're top 20. But just pure metrics and stats. That's all that shit put together, top 20. That's where it is. And I get it. You want to look at all this, that. Yeah, it's not when you put all those other things, yeah, they bother us. We're not trying to cover up, or, you know what I'm saying, or anything like that. Yeah, it bothers us. But you gotta look at the large picture. You know what I mean? A great man said that you gotta look at the large picture. It's not just one thing. It's not just one. Like, yeah, we don't like Higo being out there in coverage on a speedy slot receiver or speedy running back. All right, there's adjustments you can make to that. I mean, maybe roll the safety over the top. Like Joe says, if you're gonna play man, play Darrell Revis man. Like, get up in there, yo. Like, don't give him the space. Like, it's all right. So there's a lot of reactionary stuff from our secondary. Put them more engaged so they're not so reactionary. If you put them all and put them in a zone space while playing man, that's gonna be crazy. What are you gonna say, Joey?
So there's a thought that the D line has been a letdown. I think somebody put that in. Pope was asking about it.
Yeah, but the biggest letdown,
and that spoke. I think that's another national narrative. Or Kane Sport. I listen to Kane Sport every morning. Matt, Gary, I listen to y'all every morning. But they've been spitting that narrative that the D line is a letdown. Ruben Bain is a letdown.
You now, can I tell?
Yes.
You
there's things that speak to the D line, right?
Yep.
So we just mentioned our numbers against the run. You know, that's kind of a front seven stat. Tackles for loss. Kind of a front seven stat. We are number 21 in the country. Tackles for loss.
Sacks. 11.
11th
So
and
again, this is why narratives are a motherfucker, yo. Like again, if you hear, yo, our defense and our D line has been bad. 11 in sacks in the whole country, and 21st for tackles for loss. Though that's what it is. Like it hasn't been a letdown. Like Duke's quarterback threw 3 picks, gets the ball out in under 2 seconds, fastest in the country. Yeah, he had a good game, but he still turned the ball over. 3 picks and a fumble. You gotta just, fam, like take a step back. Don't listen to us all the time. Look the shit up yourself. You know what I'm saying? Go to NCAA.com, ESPN. They'll show you. Again, 11 team sacks. We're 11th in the country. Oh, we haven't had as many sacks as we should have. But we're probably top 10 in pressures, maybe top 5. Pressures is also a stat. Like those, like you're not always gonna get home. The other team plays football too, yo. Like we're not playing. I'm saying you're not playing NCAA on amateur. The other team finds a way to scheme shit around you. That's what happens. Like, like look at the stats, man. Oh, hold up, got a dono. Oregon Kane in the building. What up, family? Hope everything's good, man. Growing every single day and healthy, man. What up, fellas? Only issue I have is we don't adjust on defense. It just takes a little too long against a high-powered offense. We might fall too far back and not catch up after we adjust. All right. OC, I'm
too far back. Yeah, we Oregon game. I don't know if you heard it. We just broke it down by quarters. The second quarter is the trouble quarter, and we're still not losing that quarter. We're outscoring teams every single quarter.
Yep.
The second quarter just happens to be the trouble quarter where we seem to give up the big plays and the explosives. But we're still outscoring teams by a wide margin every other quarter except for the second quarter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Wes Sutton says, I hear you, but I'm guessing most of the sacks came in the first 3 games. No, they didn't. They're just not. The first 4 games were the easiest parts of the schedule, but we're still getting 1.5 to 2.5 sacks per game. Like that's still, remember, Simeon Barrow's still leading. All those things are still happening. It's not happening at the rate we might like, right? That's what I'm like, that we might like it. Yeah, absolutely. I want Ruben Banks to get home every single play. Like I don't want any pass complete. I want 198 to nothing. You know what I mean? Like that's 100% right, but that's not real. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not real life. Like it's a weird thing, us as fans, right, that we do, and Joe and I, you and all of us talk about it. We haven't been good for so long that we expect to be great overnight. This is the fan. We're 9-0, and we have room to grow. Like we're not barely, you know what I'm saying? Like there are comebacks that have happened, but the team is fighting, yo. Like the team has not quit. You can see it by the stats that Callie Kane put up. Every game in the third and fourth quarters, we're improving. We're stronger. We're the faster team. We're the more prepared team. We're not afraid to go after it. Like those things have to be looked at, yo. Shout out to OG Kane in the building. Appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it just. Let me see what OC says. Yeah, that's my point, though. If we're going TD for TD after following, but
we're not going TD for. It's just that quarter, Oregon Kane. In the first quarter, we're doubling points. In the third quarter, we're almost tripling the points. In the fourth quarter, we're tripling the points. It's not even close any other quarter. We're not going touchdown for touchdown. Teams are not even averaging a touchdown in the second quarter against us. They're averaging a little more than a field goal.
Yeah.
So maybe 2 field goals, and not even, man. Yeah, almost 2 field goals in the second half.
Facts
against us. Like
Super Brazil says, gap integrity and Simon Ball will help fix a lot of D-line shortfalls in the past couple games. You got to trust your team is going to do his job. I mean, what is it? Top 10 in run defense? It's moments that happen. Like if look at the totality, a lot of besides Tootin from Virginia Tech, nobody's really ate against this defense in the running game. You know what I mean? Like the kid from Louisville had that big run, didn't really do much after that. All right, man, let's get into this Caneswear ad and let's break down Georgia Tech.
Welcome to Caneswear.
New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
The spot, Miami. Yo, the big dogs haven't been at Caneswear the last 3 times I've been down there.
That's crazy.
I haven't gotten to see Jeff. Well, no. Did we see? No, I haven't gotten.
We saw Jeff at the game. I
at the game, Brett. right.
See Brett.
That's about it.
I don't see Brett on Saturday. Before we break down Georgia Tech and give you all the stats. OC, you're right. Look, we haven't played that high end offense yet, though. But we also, what we can't do, OC, and it's hard, right? Because this is fans, and we in this shit. Like, first of all, I appreciate all your fucking receipts that you keep on and you drop them all right after the game. You fucking kill it with that. But we also can't do fantasy booking, though. We don't know what this team might do in those games, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you're putting them up against the Oregons, maybe the Georgias, if you want to say they have a high end offense, the quarterback's turning the ball over quite a bit. When he had like 4 picks against Florida, and we dog walked Florida at their house. You know what I mean? Like, we got to be careful not doing the fantasy ball. But what happens? We take those games as they come. It's 1-0. We got Georgia Tech this week. We can't worry about the playoffs till we get there, and then we worry about who they have and break them down. Then, you know what I mean? Like, we're looking at
in 9 games on the ground. Oh, my bad. Go ahead, B.
Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
In 9 games on the ground, we've allowed 3.5 yards per carry. On the ground.
Facts.
Come on, man. Like, what are we? What?
Yeah, West goes. I'm also old.
Man.
Appreciate you checking out the show, man. Remember, like, share, subscribe. We're available wherever you get your podcast. The audio drops right after the show. You know what I'm saying? You can listen to it. Because sometimes when you're in the chat, you might not hear everything we talking about. Listen to it back, man. Give us a review. We always appreciate that. Wes says, I'm also old and I was around with them 80s defenses. I know it's a different game. Man, those defenses.
Definitely different. Nasty. Definitely different.
Yeah, nasty. Idaho Kane in the building. Bottom line, I think we can play with anybody. Welcome, college football, folks. This ain't perfect. Yeah, this shit ain't perfect. It ain't, man. You never know. Matter of fact, I got Boise State to beat Ohio State, yo. If they face up the way they doing it right now, because I just don't see it. I just don't. I know they got dudes over there, but I just think no, I'm not even gonna go down that. Jay Freeman says, I hear you, bro, but some of these things can be fixed and can get a big play with our receiver, the running back down the field. Yeah, if we put Kiko on him, there's a chance. But again, like, that didn't happen every time. You know what I mean? Like, it happens in moments. One play here, and those shits can get crazy. But we're just trying to give you the large picture, Jay. That's all. That's right, Soup. We got to enjoy the success. Be where your feet are. Miami is winning. They haven't won like this in a minute. And was it we put up 50 points? What, in 3 games, 4 games? That didn't, like, we've always had these schedules. That shit's happening. Oh God, my best friend just popped up. I'm not sure. I should block your comment. Yeah, I should block. You're not even no Buckeyes fan. Get up. I hate that little motherfucker. All right, GT. Let's break down GT, man. I know how I do. I break down the stats. Joey gives you the breakdown of who to look out for and what they be looking like. All right, third down conversion on offense. They're 94th in the country at 37%. Their defense, they're actually ahead of us. Because I kept scrolling because I couldn't imagine a team being ahead of us on any stat. They're 10th in the country at 29%. So their defense is solid on third down. Romello Height is balling with them with you know what I'm saying, coming off the edge. He's solid over there. Their completion percentage with Haynes King, and they have had to use their backup quarterback a couple games because Haynes King has been injured. They're 40th in the country at 63%. Their turnover margin at 69th. Their red zone defense, they give up, you know what I'm saying, 87% of the time you're going to score. So that's what it is. Red zone offense, they're 29th in the country, 90%. So they're solid there. Passing defense, 55th in the country at 245 yards per game. Rushing offense, 49th in the country, 176 yards per game. Rushing defense for Georgia Tech, they're 25th in the country. Pretty solid, 110 yards per game. Their passing defense, this is where they're a little weak and probably not great with Cam Ward walking in. They're 59th in the country at 213 yards per game, while Miami, like you said earlier, Joe, is 63rd. Sacks allowed. This is a wild. They allow less than half a sack a game. 0.44 sacks a game. That's wild. Now they don't sack much either. They're 126 in the country, averaging 1.2 sacks per game. Passing yards per completion, they're 75th in the country at 11.9 yards per game. Total defense, they're 27th, allowing 323 yards per game, and their total offense is 44th, allowing doing 422 yards per game. So that's their stat. Not great. It's kind of boring. Yeah, yeah. Dime Life is solid.
Their defense is food, son.
Yeah.
But if you remember, they had a terrible defense last year.
Yes, they did.
It was way worse than this.
They walked in. They were last year. They had just lost to Bowling Green and had gotten dog walked by Bowling Green, and they fired their D coordinator, elevated their linebacker coach, and we threw 1 billion interceptions on zone coverage. Wasn't even man, wasn't anything crazy on zone coverage.
Yeah. I truly expect the same kind of attack as they did last year. If you remember last year's game, man, on early downs, they walked the extra safety into the box, and we ran every first down, damn near.
Yeah.
But obviously this is different.
We
have a different quarterback. We have a quarterback that's in command of the offense. We have a quarterback who can change plays. So if they do that, it'll be a pretty long night for them. They do have playmakers though on offense. So Haynes King, I would imagine he plays. They haven't announced it yet, and I don't think the head coach is gonna say anything until probably game time.
Probably not. I'm looking it up right now. I don't see anything.
Yeah, but I'm sure we're preparing for Haynes King because their backup quarterback is you know what I mean. So I think we will prepare for Haynes King. They can run the ball, man.
The latest news on Haynes King is that King upper body will be a game time decision for Georgia Tech on Saturday against Miami. Chad Bishop from the AJC reports King missed the past 2 games for the Yellow Jackets, but he has a great shot. He's going to make. He's going to
and they're coming off a bye, man. So
he's coming back.
Yeah, he's gonna play. He has a bad shoulder though, so I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how they're gonna be able to throw the ball, if they're gonna be able to push the ball down the field.
He's playing.
So
players come back against Miami.
Their running game is official.
Yeah.
They have a good O-line, a big-ass O-line.
Yes, they do.
And Jamal Haynes is the running back. He's a problem. Yep. Haynes King can run as well. And they got decent receivers too, man. They have Malik Rutherford is a problem. Like he's a little quick slot dude. He's a problem, man.
Listen, man, that's if he so chooses to go into portal time. Come on down, bro. We got a spot that you could compete for that will be left by the greatest statistical Miami Hurricanes receiver of all time. And Haynes King is coming in. Haynes King is playing Saturday. Just be ready for Haynes King. So be ready for options, misdirections.
Absolutely. A lot of eye candy, baby. So I anticipate the same kind of trajectory, right? First quarter, we start fast. Second quarter, end of the first, second quarter, maybe some shit. And then in the second half, we run away with it, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't watched a couple of their games. I think Georgia Tech played. Forgot who. I watched a couple of them. I was like, okay. the thing is, like, you watch these games, like, till they play Miami, this could look totally different. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care how they look or how they play against others. It's how they play against. I don't care.
It's a week to week thing, man. It's a week to week thing.
Week to week thing, man. You can't take anything. Like, there'll be plays that they fall back on, yada yada yada. But yo, it is what it is, man. Like, we just gotta, you know what I'm saying, show up and do and continue the trends we've been doing. Like Cali Kane says, man. Like Cali Kane showed y'all, man. Like as the quarters go on, besides the second quarter, third and fourth quarter is shut down. It's shut down city, which obviously, honestly though, like, it frustrates me that it's not more. You know what I mean? Like, why is it the third and fourth? Is it that's when you make the adjustments and whatever you do? Like, why can't that start the trend? I don't know, middle of the second quarter. You know what I mean? Can I get up? You know what I mean? Like, just a little bit earlier. But I mean, coaches got to watch tape too, and that's his. I couldn't fucking tell Goodry how to run a defense, so I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, run zone or run man. Like, I'm pretty sure it's more intricate than just, hey, run cover 2 and now we're good. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think it's that simple.
Yeah.
General, what up, my brother? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that panoramic view. You're the only person that's allowed to have a panoramic view.
General.
My God, bro. That's my guy, man. Good people, dog. Good people.
Yeah.
Let's see. I need Ruben Bain to treat King like he did Klubnik last year. Or just the offensive line. Just, fam, like, I don't know if Elijah Austin's back. Who knows if he's like, I need to see a little bit more of Malik Bryant, just a little bit more on the speed rush side. You know what I mean? Some show the offensive line something a little different. But yeah, man. I forgot to ask the chat. I apologize. So Poke, leave it in the chat. CB, you know what I'm saying, retweet the episode. Let's give our final predictions for this game, man. Poke, drop it in the chat, man. I'll throw it up. How you feeling about it, Joey? By the way, the line is 11.5. This, like, Miami 11.5. So
yeah, I got Miami, man. I think it'll be a high score. I got like 45-25.
okay. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm gonna go 48-23. Yeah. Star says I want 60, but Poke, did you give the prediction already? Cali King says 42-28. Yeah, I just don't see it. I don't see anybody stopping this offense, man. I think we play offense way better than the top teams play offense. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't see it. 48-27. Yeah. We all Soup says 58-17. Yeah, man. Nah, man, that's crazy. I do want 60 though. Because I said it's not revenge, it's business.
What y'all want 60 for, man?
I just want 60, son. Our defensive line goes up against Oral every day. No reason why we can't dominate G-Tech. So, facts, Cali. But fam, like, less than a half a sack a game is a crazy stat for an offensive line. They're number one. I think they're like number 1 or number 2 in the country. Like, that's wild style.
Right? For who? Us or Georgia Tech?
Georgia Tech. They're second in the country. Less than half a sack a game is a wild stat, yo.
Yeah.
Cornelius in the building.
Yeah. When you have a quarterback like that, that's what happens. Like when it comes to Cam, like, we know a lot of the sacks he takes are not the O-line.
No, because he's like, I got most of the time I got 6.5 seconds. This time I didn't. That's basically what it comes down to. Idaho Kane says, you guys should charge money for your Canes fan therapy sessions. Hey, man, we just trying to give everybody a different perspective. I mean, look, a lot of the time, and I'm gonna keep it above with you. A lot of times we've had therapy sessions ourselves in the group chat. Like, we talking out about a bunch of shit. Like, yo, but this is crazy. You'll get fucking bombarded with texts. And it's a process, man. We just try to keep it, try to give you a different perspective, and don't just be like, oh, it's the fucking defense. Well, let's take a step back and let's see how bad this defense actually is. Yeah, the explosive again, like, the explosive plays bother the fuck out of all of us. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all, and I'm saying it again, like, but it's everything else also factors in. You know what I mean? Like, oh, our D-line isn't good. 11th in sacks, 21st in tackles for loss. Like, what? That's, that's our front seven. That's crazy. All right, let's see what we got here before we get
we tend to focus on the bad.
negative. Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're gonna do that, and that's just natural.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's unfortunate, but it's natural. That's what we do in everyday life, right? We focus on the negative shit.
Yeah, facts. Joy King says 56-30. Facts. Another basketball score. We still believe in our defense, huh? Until they show me they can stop average offenses, but they have stopped them. They've won every game. I don't understand. Like, what metric deal do you use, fam? Like
I know we want to pitch shutouts every time,
Yeah.
son. I really do.
Yeah, I think that's the standard that we look at it. I think that's it. Like I feel you on that, Gio. Then I would say 44-30. Man, I mean, I hope I'm wrong about our defense. Do we still win though? Like you got us 44 right now, them 44. Yes, listen, Sterling. It wasn't planned. I don't know what you know what I'm saying. We don't talk about it before, but Joe and I are wearing the same hats. Mine is obviously way bigger. You know what I mean? Let's just get that out the way right now. Sterling says, I personally think it's a tough game, 35-17. Think about that. Think about the beginning of that.
A win
by 18. A win by 18 is a tough game. So we're like up. It's like 21-17, and we get 2 touchdowns back to back. Okay, not exact. So we're leading the whole time, then just close it out in the fourth quarter. Okay, so what we've been doing. Gio says, okay, yes, Miami wins. Go back to your show before the game in the swamp. I said we're winning unless we run on the table 42-28 on to Wake. That's it, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the official prediction of the show. Mrs. Polk says 40-13 because I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing with Mrs. Polk. That's wild stuff. We don't give weather reports on this show, fam. I don't know what the weather is looking like. I don't predict weather ever with the South. Like Florida's wild. Georgia probably got similar weather. All right,
that's. I think it's supposed to be raining. It's supposed to be raining Saturday.
Davey Martinez.
I was set to go down. I don't think I'm gonna go down Saturday. I think I want to get down there for Wake for the final home game, man. So is that the final home game?
Wake is the final home game, yeah.
Yeah, I think I want to get down for
bye week next week, which is fucking wild. Bye week next week, and then Wake, and then close it out with Syracuse.
We may have a special visitor at Wake. You know, I don't want to say nothing.
Yeah, don't want to say it. We're not putting it out there.
We may just pop out with somebody at Wake.
Don't put it out there because it's still listen. There's some still signatures that need to be done. You know what I'm saying, some DocuSign type shit. So I don't want to put it out there. So we don't. All right, so Sterling, I guess, is in Georgia. Shout out to Sterling. Appreciate you checking out the show, man. Hey, man, make sure to like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? We're at like 2125, so 2,125 subscribers, man. Want to keep those numbers going up. Appreciate y'all. Remember, right after the show, the audio goes up. You can listen to us in the morning on your driving to work, man, because it's the same shit talking that it is, but be a great way to start your day, just laughing, man. So, yeah, Sterling says the weather here is shitty, foggy, and raining. All right, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And Poke with the final weather report. No rain in Atlanta on Saturday, but it's gonna be low 70s. If you look here, it's in the southwest section of Georgia. But yeah, man, that's what it is. Appreciate y'all, man. Joy King says, I need to say this. Most of us in the beginning of the year said our back end of our defense was gonna be a weakness, but yet it seems every fan and their grandparents, that's very specific, complain about our defense. Yes, because we wanted to be wrong. Like we wanted them to, we wanted to be wrong. We didn't want. All of us said it. Every Kane show said it.
Yes, we knew it. We said that. Yes, we knew it. That's right, Jay. You're right.
You know what? Joy, though? Kind of play to their standard. Joy Kings.
Joy, my bad, Joy. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Everybody said it. Everybody said it, but we still surprised because we don't want to see. We don't want to see any flaws. You want to see perfection. Yep. That's not. That's what it is. $100. God bless you. God bless you too, my brother. We up out of here, man. Appreciate y'all so much for checking out the show. So you heard, man. We'll see y'all on Sunday with the squad. We out of here. Peace.